Call the roll.
Bird,
Here.
McGinn,
Here.
Stein,
Here.
Smith,
Here. Here.
Williamson. Here.
Number 2, approval of agenda.
Any changes, Your Honor?
No changes this evening.
Move to approve.
Second. Call the roll.
McGinn,
Yes.
Stein.
Yes.
Mormon.
Yes.
Elizabeth,
Yes.
Williamson. Yes. Bird.
Yes. Okay, number 3, presentation of petitions and other communications. A, update on Ames Economic Development Commission's 2022 Business Retention Survey. Brenda.
So I won't take long tonight on this agenda item, but wanted to share with you the results of our business retention efforts for 2022. I'll give you guys a little stack and have you help me out. I'm happy if there's anybody else that's interested. So on one side, you're going to find the full results, just to refresh everybody's memory, the Ames NSA is storing the county. So you'll see the results on one side. And then on the flip side, you'll see the efforts as they relate to. So, the highlights, I guess I would point out is that keep in mind, this is a snapshot in time when we do the visit, and some of our Boone visits were done really early in 2022, but I highlight the projected investment in EMSA of 19.5 million. And the big number is actually the job side of it. There's some, just some, I think if you look into the mirror, the opportunities we have for potential job growth here in the county is excellent. So we did 100 visits last year, and as you look at most of them are planning to introduce new products. And as again, you look at the sales of the companies here in Boone, more about half report that they're increasing, and so half plan to expand. Those are all really good, exciting numbers. So, you know, if you have questions after tonight, you can email me. I'd be glad to pull the data if I need to break things down a little further. But again, well into 2023, and this is a look at 2022.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, next up, B and C are canceled. So we move down to D. Resolution 2077, terminating the urban renewal plan for the Boone Southwest Urban Renewal Area and ending the Boone Southwest Urban Renewal Area. And I think, Bill, you've got a.
Right, so here's a map. The area we're talking about here is right in blue. The Southwest Boone Urban Renewal Area. This is where our 15 acres that we received an offer from is located. That's the purpose of terminating this urban renewal area at this time, and then that will allow us to deal with the 15 acres. If the elected officials so choose to accept that offer that we met in closed session. So the next item on the agenda then will be setting that hearing for that 15 acres on March 6th. That's all I have. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, E, set a public hearing for. Yeah, so moved. Oh, sorry. Moved. Okay, call the roll.
Stein.
Yes.
Mormon.
Yes.
Elizabeth,
Yes.
Williamson. Yes. Bird.
Yes.
McGinn.
Yes. Okay, E, set a public hearing for March 6, 2023 at 6 p.m. as stated on the agenda. So moved. Call the roll.
Mormon.
Yes.
Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Williamson. Yes. Bird.
Yes.
McGinn.
Yes.
Stein.
Yes. Okay, F, resolution 3078, fixing date for a public hearing on the proposal to enter into a development agreement with BJF Boone Senior LP and providing for publication of notice thereof.
So moved.
Second, call the roll.
Elizabeth.
Yes.
Williamson. Yes. Bird.
Yes.
McGinn.
Yes.
Stein.
Yes.
Mormon.
Yes.
Okay, G, public hearing to consider setting a max levy for fiscal year 2024 budget. Yeah, any written comments? Any public comments? This public hearing is closed. H, public hearing to consider the adoption of fiscal year 2024 capital improvement plans. Any written comments?
No comment.
Any public comments? This public hearing is closed. Number 4, report of standing committees. A, policy administration, BJ.
No report, Your Honor.
Public safety, David.
No report, but there will be a meeting on Wednesday.
Okay. Utility committee, Terry.
No report, Your Honor.
Economic Development, Terry.
No report, Your Honor.
Okay, number 5, department reports, building official, Dave Aids. Finance Officer, Andrea.
Yeah, what we would like to do is request a gov domain. It gives our email a little bit more credit when you're sending out email to people. It also gives a little bit more credit on our website. So there would be a change of email addresses for all city and council. Any of you that have an email address. We would also be going from boonegov.com to booneiowa.gov. And this is the first step in that. We have to actually register with the federal government requesting that we use that .gov domain. So what I'm asking for is approval for the mayor to sign a letter that I have prepared.
Is there any cost?
There is no cost. No, there are some regulations that we agreed to, make sure that our security's up to date and things like that. And
Why the move?
as you know, we've had some pretty extensive spam issues with our emails. And public entities are being targeted. So this provides a little bit more security for those people that we're sending emails to know that we're a legit government entity when we're sending those emails out.
Okay.
And Andy and I have been working on this, so he will be a part of that.
Makes the domain for the emails a little bit easier to understand instead of having 3 different
Yeah.
dots.
We have a very long email address right now. You're right.
I think it's a good idea.
Need a motion for that.
Yeah.
Make that motion.
Second.
Call the roll.
Williamson.
Yes.
Bird,
Yes.
again, sorry. Again,
Yes.
Stein,
Yes.
Mormon,
Yes.
Elizabeth.
Okay, anything else?
Yes, I wanted to update you on the property tax bill. It has passed out of the House and we are waiting on the governor's signature. What that bill does is reduces the rollback by 1.84%. That what the process will be is that by the governor signing the bill, it provides our Department of Revenue the authority to change the rollback, and then they will send out new assessed values for all the different classes to the counties. And they have to do that within 2 days of it being passed. And then the counties have 15 days to update all their assessed values and get those out to the cities again. And then we have till April 30th to not recertify, we haven't certified it. But we would have till April 30th to certify our final budget for 2024. Any questions?
Is that a lot of work for you?
Well, all of our numbers are entered. So as long as my estimates on what we're gonna be reduced are accurate, I think I'm okay. So I think it's just gonna be a matter of changing some numbers. Obviously I have to change all the valuation numbers in the budget. But yeah, if it's more than that, then we're gonna be back at the table trying to figure out how to make ourselves balance. Okay.
Thank you. City Attorney, Jim.
No report.
Director of Public Works, Wayland.
Thank you, Your Honor.
In your packets, there's a resolution included for 3075, the new hire of a new employee. Public Works on January 25th started accepting applicants and applications for full-time position. February 6th, we quit taking those, and on February 9th, we held interviews. One candidate came to the forefront on that. She has been an internal employee for a couple of years, qualified running the equipment, does well with that stuff. She also expressed a desire to continue her education with water and drinking water, safe stuff. She does have an associate's degree. All these things come forward for state licensing and Iowa DNR requirements. Everything came together really well, and we would like your approval to hire Emma Rouse to the Public Works Street Department.
Other Rouse. Love it, I love it. Let's see, Engineer Bill, you have anything on that? Public Safety, Chief Adams.
No report, Your Honor.
Chief Weeble,
No report.
City Administrator Bill.
I have nothing, sir.
Okay, number 6, consent agenda. That's what I said.
I
Agenda.
will have things in the future, but nothing right now.
Are there any items on the consent agenda that you would like removed and discussed separately? And if not, I need a motion to approve.
Move to approve.
Second. Call the roll.
Bird,
Yes.
McGinn,
Yes.
Stein.
Yes.
Mormon,
Yes.
Elizabeth,
Yes.
Williamson.
Okay, number 7, ordinance is A, first reading ordinance 2285, repealing ordinance number 2026, providing for the division of taxes levied on taxable property in the Boone Southwest Urban Renewal Area in the city of Boone, Iowa pursuant to section 403.19 of the Code of Iowa.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll.
McGinn,
Yes.
Stein,
Yes.
Mormon,
Yes.
Elizabeth, Williamson,
Yes.
Bird.
Yes.
Okay, number 8, I have no comments. Number 9, any council comments this evening? Number 10, are there any public comments for items not on the agenda? Yes.
Good evening. My name is Andrew Godzicki. I'm the sheriff of Boone County. I was appointed on January 1st of 2023 by the Board of Supervisors because Sheriff Greg Ellsbury retired early, midterm. Been with the Boone County Sheriff's Office for about 20 years. I've been a jailer, transport officer, a reserve deputy, and investigations. I've also worked the road. During that time, I've taken on a lot of projects at the Sheriff's Office to kind of build it up into what it is today. So I'm trying to just go around and visit with all the city councils, introduce myself, renew any relationships that need to be, which I think we're pretty good here in Boone. I've been having a good working relationship with the chief and the other chief here. We meet every Wednesday with our morning coffee and try to discuss our weekly matters at hand and some of the weak spots that we have, that, you know, projects that we need to work on. So with that, I'll be real brief and just, like I said, I just want to go around and introduce myself, and if anybody has any questions for me, available to, we can meet up or talk at either here or any other times.
Questions for the sheriff?
Anything you really want to address or change?
Great question. There's a number of things that we need to work on immediately. One of them is our SOPs. They're kind of handwritten. And we're looking at something similar to what the city's doing with the LexiPro model. I like that because it's live and it's reviewed. It has legal backing to it. It's updated constantly and it comes with training. We also have our jail right now is 21 years old. And it's all electronic. And so we're looking at a $90,000 project coming up that I'll have to spearhead here to update and renew the jail. There's a lot of systems that are currently in our jail that are critical to it that are not replaceable. So we are in a position now that we are going to go back to the same company that did the original installation and upgrade all the critical components into something that's serviceable. We're glad to be able to say we're going to be able to do that without using taxpayer dollars. We're going to be able to do that using jail rent line item. So the inmates have to pay money in order to stay at the jail. By code, there's only so many things that we can do with that money. One of them is infrastructure. So we're going to spend that money to upgrade the jail and get it to where it needs to be. There's quite a few other projects going on. I'd like to have an administrative jail or a civilian jail administrator, excuse me. She will take on, that person would take on, right now we have a hybrid jail administrator. They would take on a lot of the daily duties down to the jail to make sure that things don't get overlooked. To make sure that problems down there are being addressed and that, you know, everything that is being handled properly. She would still have to answer to us, or that person would still have to answer to us as the sheriff or the chief deputy.
Would that be a new position?
It's a position that already sort of exists. It just lacks authority. So we're going to probably go through some more professional development for that person. And see if we can't develop it into something a little bit more than what it is. Really in the interest of making sure that we're running the jail the way it needs to be ran. With oversight and where all the daily little problems are being handled, because if we don't, they turn into big problems later. And for those of you that know me, I'm very interested in trying to make sure that we don't get sued. That's a great place for civil liability, so we need to make sure that we're keeping a handle on that. We've had a few vacancies in the office. Brian Pontius has been retired, detective. I do have him replaced. Deputy McCray has stepped up and been promoted to, and he used to be one of your officers. He's been promoted to our narcotics detective. I am going to have to also create some command staff. So we got that coming up in the immediate future. I was tempted to get started today because I kind of have a badge. Our badges, they move with rank, and I've got 3 vacancies. You know, in the beginning of our numbers, we're starting to run out of numbers. So I'm getting to a point where I'm going to be forced to have to deal with that and appoint a sergeant or some sort of a command staff there and another detective to replace me. So that was my role there, was detective, and I plan to take it general crime. So.
Very good, thank you.
Any other questions? Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Any other public comments? If not, this meeting is adjourned.